What is your name, ma'am?
Michelle Glenn.
Is this your first year working the book festival?
Yes, it is.
What made you decide to volunteer to work at the book festival?
Well, I'm a children's author. I like writing children's historical fiction, and I'm new at it. So I decided to come into the festival, look at what the children are looking for, what entertains them, what is interesting to them, and how they receive the books and whatever's going on. To give me better choices on my subjects when I'm writing.
Okay, so what type of historical fiction?
Well, for example, my first book I wrote was called Popcorn, and it's on an ebook. It's not in paper as of yet, but it is a story. It's a fun story, a fictional story, but it talks about the Aztec Indian and corn, and how corn was very relevant to not only people back then, but it is one of the most valuable food processes in the world. Actually, corn is very valuable.
Oh. So what made you decide to become a historical fiction kids author?
I love historical fiction for adults, and so realizing I'm also in education and having been a teacher and then an instructional specialist where I specialize in social studies and sciences and that, you find a lot of children don't know about social studies, and the way to make it interesting was fun was to get the books into a fun made-up story, but there were facts involved in there, and in those facts, hopefully it will stimulate enough interest where they will look it up and determine whether, what they want to find out about it. So my storylines come from the children. Sometimes things like I had a little boy, 4-year-old, talking about a motorcycle, and I'm like, 4 years old on a motorcycle, where is that coming from? And so, but I did some research on that and came up with some ideas and a fictional story about a little boy that had a motorbike, which his uncle built for him. And so that was kind of neat and kind of fun. But the storyline came from this little 4-year-old boy that I happened to be talking to. So those are kinds of things and then you get the little history that goes behind it, because there's several historical lines with motorcycles, but one they definitely used during World War II as a way to carry messages, back and forth, when bicycles and horses weren't as reliable.
Well, I thank you. I appreciate your time.
Thank you.